Hey everyone. It's Thursday. That means it's time for my weekly predictions, which I will get to at the end of the show. For now, we're going to start off with the Patriots. So, it's funny to me how after every time the Patriots lose, everyone wants to panic. Oh, Brady's falling off the cliff, Max Kellerman. The Patriots don't have it anymore. They're not a top team anymore. The Steelers have a chance of beating them. The Chargers are going to beat them. The Chiefs are going to beat them. They can't compete with the Rams and the Saints if they make the Super Bowl. Oh, the defense is suspect. They don't have an identity. After every loss, people want to say that. Why are the Patriots not allowed to lose? Why are the Patriots not allowed to lose games they should win? Except when you look at the games that they've lost this season, 3 of them, the Lions, the Jaguars, and the Titans. All 3 defensive teams. Now, the Jaguars, you might say, oh, the Jaguars are allowing a 90 QBR to opposing QBs. Well, they're allowing the least passing yards per game and the least yards per game. So the reason that their defense is allowing a lot of points is because Blake Bortles gives the opposing team good field position. And because Blake Bortles throws pick sixes and Blake Bortles can't hold on to the ball. They're a good defense still. A really good defense still. The Titans are a really good defense who gets after the quarterback, takes the ball away. They're the number 1 scoring defense. And the Lions are also a defensive team headed by the former defensive coordinator for the Patriots. The Titans are headed by the former star linebacker for the Patriots. The Jaguars are headed by a Doug Marrone, but also Tom Coughlin, who is famous for beating the Patriots defensively in the Super Bowl. Notice a correlation? So, the people who have beaten the Patriots this year know them, are good at defense, and get after the quarterback. The Patriots against the Titans have had Marcus Cannon was injured and missed a lot of the game. Trent Brown missed a lot of the game. At a time, the Patriots were without their 2 starting tackles. And you want to know why Brady suffered under pressure and took a lot of hits. Now, the Patriots also have, Brady has been the worst in the league against the blitz. Now, there are a few reasons why this is true. Again, Marcus Cannon's health has been an issue. The offensive line, Trent Brown is a new addition, but the offensive line has been good. The offensive line really has not been the problem. The problem has been Edelman missed the first 4 weeks. James White has taken that role, but he's not as good. Brady needs Edelman. Gronk has been injured, which Brady goes to against the blitz. Hogan has been a non-factor. Michelle has been injured, so they haven't really had a running game. Then you have Josh Gordon still getting situated, who Brady goes to against the blitz, but is still getting situated. So why do you expect so much success? See, there are so many factors, and I know you're going to say every team goes through injuries, and that's fine. The Patriots are 7-3. They're fine. I think they'll win out, to be honest with you. And then the Chiefs will lose to the Chargers and the Rams on Monday. And then they'll have the same record. And then the Patriots will have the tiebreaker because they beat them earlier this season. Now, you could say, oh, Nathan, the Patriots haven't looked good. They've had injuries. Now, have you noticed that over the past years, the Patriots have been healthy as they're going to be come like week 13, 14. Then through the playoffs, they get to that health level and then they roll through. Now this year and through the past years, they've had health concerns up until that point. Gronk has missed season-ending injuries, Edelman, suspensions, a whole bunch of other people too. So, but as soon as it starts to get playoff time and time to get ready for the playoffs, they get to their health level for the playoffs. Now, they're not at that yet. They are not at that yet. People like to say the Patriots are a November team. I like to view it as the Patriots are a December team or a post-Thanksgiving team. Now, well, excluding Week 17, which they lose because often they sit, but not this year, I don't think, because of the Chiefs. But, see, another reason why you shouldn't worry about the Patriots is because that was Michel's first game back, so they couldn't establish the run. They have a bye, so they can get healthy and get situated and find their identity, which everyone knows what their identity is once they have all the weapons on the team, or once they have the weapons that they know that they're going to have in the future. I don't know why everyone wants to question everything as soon as a little adversity happens. Moving on to the Lakers. So LeBron passed Wilt. Congratulations, LeBron. You played your best game of the season by far. By far. This is the first game I saw you try on defense, really. This is the first game that you gave it your all. And it was against a really good team, so we needed it. And it was at home. It was after 3 days of rest. I don't expect you to do this every night, but this is the type of game I was talking about that I wanted you to get started off with so you set the tone for the rest of the guys. Now, some of his... I just want to put this out there, and I don't want it to seem like I'm hating on LeBron because he obviously deserves to be in the top 5 scorers list. But it annoys me a little bit when people say LeBron isn't the scorer. Obviously, he's a pass-first player. Yes. But if you're trying to tell me LeBron doesn't look to get 25-plus points a night, I'm going to look at you like you're crazy. Because LeBron scores and passes. His body is too big not to score. And now he's developed a shot. So LeBron is a scorer also. But his stats are inflated with all the pace that the Lakers and the league play with, the defensive rules that are, the rules that are hurting defense in the league, the reffing, they are inflated. They are very impressive, but they are inflated a little bit. But the Lakers are 4-0 since acquiring Tyson Chandler. And I said after the first game that if Tyson Chandler could continue that play that he played against the Timberwolves, that he would be the answer for the Lakers. And the Lakers would then be to my predicted 3rd seed in the West. Now, it's interesting because you wouldn't think Tyson Chandler would have that big of an impact, but he does. He brings that veteran leadership, grittiness, and just another big body. LeBron was the only big body since Julius Randle didn't come back. Now, Ingram's lengthy, not big. Kuzma has muscle, but doesn't really use it. McGee is lengthy and athletic, but not big. Tyson, we needed a big for players like Cat, Embiid, Cousins eventually, Capella, McGee can't really work with. Jokic. There are a few things that Tyson Chandler brings to the table, and that was one of them. Now, the defense still needs a little work. Against the Blazers, allowing that many points is okay, but still needs a little work. The switching is still a problem. but that will get better in time. The Lakers are going to be fine. The offense, I always said, is not a problem. The pace that they play at, it's not a problem. Duke. Moving on to Duke. Can we end the tournament already? Kansas is the biggest threat. Kentucky was thought of, but I never thought so. But Duke has the number 1 and number 2 pick and another top 5 pick in the draft. I mean, Zion Williamson is 280 pounds. That's as heavy as DeMarcus Cousins, and he can jump above 40 inches. His head can touch the rim. I mean, come on. How? I don't even know how that's possible. And then RJ Barrett is so skilled. Cam Reddish is skilled. Trey Jones is good. They're coached by Coach K. I just don't even know what you can do. What can you do? Because if you lock down Zion, which you can't in college, there's no one that big and that mobile. But let's say you can. Who's going to stop RJ Barrett and Trey Jones and Cam Reddish? Let's say you cannot stop 2 of them. The other 2 are still enough to beat your team. And you can't stop them because Coach K has brilliantly designed their positionless basketball so that there's always spacing, they're always running, and you cannot stop them from scoring. And they play hounding defense because they're all so smart and so disciplined. I mean, this might be the greatest college team ever. It reminds me of old UCLA games I used to watch with Bill Walton and John Wooden coach teams, or Kareem, and I don't understand. I don't know how you stop it. Moving on from my amazement, we're gonna get to the Week 11 predictions. So last week was my worst week. I was 6-8, dropped my record to 70-46. Not happy about that. There are a bunch of games that I picked too many upsets, but man, was I wrong about the Panthers. It shows me right to pick the away team on a Thursday night football. I don't think the away team has won a Thursday night football game all year. And in the Bengals I was wrong about, but let's just get on to the next predictions because we're not living in the past. We still have a pretty good record, 70-46. We're all good. All right, moving on. Packers at Seahawks. You think I'm going to pick a away Thursday night football team again after last week? Hell no. And especially when you're going into Seattle. Rodgers hasn't won in Seattle, I think, since 2009 or 10. You can check me on that, but it's around there. The Seahawks have a hounding defense. They can run the ball, and the Packers are going in to the 12. All right, moving on. Bengals at Ravens. This is an important game for the Bengals. They've lost 2 in a row coming off. They came off a bye, got crushed by the Saints. I don't see them losing again. The Saints, after a demoralizing loss against a team like that, you tend to bounce back. So I know it's in Baltimore, but without AJ Green, I think they get it going and they win. They bring Hugh Jackson back, who is a great offensive mind, should have been calling plays in Cleveland, but I already talked about that in another episode. And then you got Marvin Lewis taking over the defensive coordinator duties, which last week he was that, but it takes more than a week to get that going. They miss Paul Gunther, and I'm sure Paul Gunther misses them too. But yeah, I think they get it going this week. Cowboys at Falcons. Cowboys are rolling a little bit. Falcons are not, but Falcons. lost to Cleveland. I think they bounced back at home. The Cowboys are not such a great team. I still don't trust Jason Garrett and Scott Linehan. They do have the weapons, and they are a more well-rounded team to the Falcons, but I still believe in the Falcons. The NFC wildcard is going to be tough for them, but I still believe they're a good team. They were hurt so badly by injuries. I mean, them and 49ers more, but they're second most hurt by injuries this year. I mean, Keanu Neal and Deion Jones and Ricardo Allen, I mean, those are three of maybe your 5 most important defensive players. The two most. Buccaneers at Giants. I hate this game, but Buccaneers are going to go into New York and win. Giants are maybe going to win one more game this season. Don't believe Odo when he tells you they're going to win out. Steelers at Jaguars. Now, this is a rematch. Jaguars are really struggling. Steelers are going into Jacksonville, but they're really hot right now. Upset Jaguars, I'm calling it. Their defense bounces back. Fournette, after having a decent week last week, is finally back. I think they run all over the Steelers and control the tempo and lock down everyone except for AB, which you can't really lock down. Maybe James Conner. No. Everyone except for AB. Maybe Juju has a touchdown. Texans at Redskins. Pick the Texans. They're just a better team. They're going to win the AFC South, like I predicted preseason. And I think they're a better team in every way. I can't think of a way that they're... Oh, offensive line. They're worse. But besides that, maybe secondary? Maybe. Yeah, secondary. But J.J. Watt is putting a Defensive Player of the Year candidacy year out. So is Aaron Donald, but they're both great. The Redskins don't really have that, but then you have J.J. Watt and Clowney coming after Trent Williams and everyone. Whitney Merciless coming after you. And then you got Deshaun Watson's throwing the ball well. Hopkins is playing well. Lamar Miller is playing well. And you get Deontay Foreman back for some more variety. And moving on, Titans at Colts. Andrew Luck is balling. But the Titans are really good in division. And they're hot. Their defense is playing well. They're starting to run the ball. I think the Titans win this game. But Andrew Luck has a good day. Passing, maybe throws a pick or two, but I think overall we'll have a good day. Panthers at Lions. The Lions are at home. The Panthers are coming off a tough loss. So usually the better team and the team that was coming off the loss would win. But the Lions are at home, but I'm still going to pick the Panthers for those 2 reasons that I just said. They're the better team, and they're coming off a demoralizing loss. Plus, they have a longer week to rest. They had a longer week to rest. Broncos at Chargers. Chargers are going to win this. They're at home. They're a much better team. Raiders at Cardinals. Another game like this. I mean, why do we keep getting these games that no one cares about? But at least this one isn't on prime time. I think the Cardinals will win this one. DJ runs all over the no pass rush and passes all over the no pass rush. Josh Rosen might have his best game this week because they have no pass rush. Eagles at Saints. The Eagles are not the team that they were. They're not. Their identity was in the trenches. They're struggling on both those right now, except for Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham are still playing well. But overall, as a whole, they're not really controlling the tempo like they did. That's partially because Ajayi's hurt. They don't have Blunt. Jason Peters has been hurt. Lane Johnson has been hurt. And the Saints are just maybe the best team in football. Vikings at Bears. I'm taking the Bears in this one. It's at home in Chicago. Sunday Night Football. Trubisky plays well. I think it'll be both teams will score in the 20s. Be a close game. But Klimac is back. And yeah. Next, Chiefs at Rams. This is a hell of a game. Hell of a game. I think the last time there was a matchup of this high records, of this level of records, but this was better, were two 11-1 teams when the Patriots played I forget who, back in 2011, I think. But anyway, back to the matchup. The Rams are playing well. Defensively, they're struggling a little bit, so this is going to be a shootout, but the Chiefs don't really have a defense either. So both teams will score over 40. I can almost guarantee that. And the Rams are at home. And as I said earlier, I think the Rams are going to win. I'll tell you why. I think Gurley is better than Hunt. So I think they'll be able to control the ball more. I think McVay is, I don't know, this is going to shock some people. McVay is a better play caller than Andy Reid. I know that they're both amazing, but I think it's true. Chiefs might have a few more weapons because Kupp tore his ACL, and the Chiefs just have a crazy amount of weapons. But the Rams have a better offensive line, I think, and the Rams also have Aaron Donald and Ndamukong Suh, and they just have more playmakers on defense. So I think the first team to make a real defensive stop will win the game, and the Rams have the players to do it. All right, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please subscribe or like, or don't. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. See you later.